Hey guys, so this is the second vlog I've done in this challenge to try and make it into the top 30 on the Galaxy site. And as you start at 1600, I've managed to get my rating up to close to 2200 over the last week. And I've discovered this pretty cool function on Galaxy where you can play two games at once. It's like a simul in chess, and it's pretty tough to do, but it's really fun. And I think it makes for a good vlog because it's sort of, you have to look at the position straight away and distill what's really important, because you haven't got time to really think and analyze everything. So right now we're playing two matches to 5 points. The left-hand one's against the 2400 roughly player who's fairly competent, standard I guess 2400, and the right-hand side is against the 1600, which is average on the site. We should win the PR battle, even playing super fast where I'm going to make some mistakes. Anyway, I'm going to try and focus on finding maybe not always the perfect play, but so on the right we could do this, or down. I don't know, let's try this. So we could switch, but I think we just do this when he, on the left screen, when he's got two stuck back on the 24 point, the bar is super significant. Now on the right side, the race is level, we've got a nice position. Have we got enough to double? It's close, but not quite enough, I would say. So we can hit with a deuce, and we've got a 1 to play. I think we just come up here, that gives us a good 5 if we're missed, and a good 6 out. Double 2. Now what's going on the left? Double 2. Okay, that's part of the prime. There's 2. And I think we just simply come in, tidy up a little bit. I'm going to do something slightly different. I've been playing this sort of multi-screen format the last week, and I made some terrible blunders because I'm playing so quickly in one match, and I played an error rating of 17, which I normally never play, but we're going to analyze it afterwards. So there were some really interesting positions which came up. So now on the left we've got a double 6, so we can turn this into a blitz. That leaves us, it's quite difficult. We want to step out as well. We could do this. Tricky one. Okay, the ace point's for sure. This is for sure. And now, so 3 of them are forced. Now we either come out or make the bar. This does look pretty if he comes in on the deuce, but it leaves us stuck back. And this is, I think this is what we want to do. If he fans, we're in great shape. It's the 1. Now, do we come down or out? Or duplicate this? No, there's no duplication. I think we just do this playing purely. If we get hit, we can possibly come back and make the 5 point anchor. So when you look at the position, the first, oh, here we go, we're getting doubled here on the right. I mean, I think there's 2 5. He's got 1s, 3s, 5s, but he's stuck back with 2 on the ace. I think it's a pretty easy take. And so the crucial thing in these when you're playing multi-screen is to really think each time, what's the score, where's the cube, first thing before you even roll, even though you don't have much time. That's the key to it. So we could come around the corner, safetying 2 blots, or make this play, bringing our midpoint back, giving him 1s, 3s, 5s, and 2s. Not sure. I think I'm going to go for the midpoint here. See what happens. So the right hand position we've got cube, but all of a sudden we have a nice game. We've got him stuck back on the 24 with a 4 prime, and we've got the 5 point anchor. So I think the crucial thing is literally the second you look at, when you're multi-screening, you look at the position. How do you analyze it? What's going on in the game? what's the race? Is it a priming game, a holding game, a blitzing game? And then you make your decisions accordingly. And a lot of the moves like that one on the left are just forced, you don't have to think at all. And the better you get, the more you play, the more moves become automatic. I'd say in backgammon 80% for a strong player, roughly 80% of moves are absolutely forced, 10% you need to give a little think, and 10% a slightly longer think. Actually, we can make our deuce point here. Looks pretty nice, flexible. So we like the deuce, but where's the one? If we come in on the one, then that's the two, but he can attack us with fives, fours, ones, twos. I think this is quite nice because we have the double anchor and flexibility now, and if he hits us, we've got some returns and a good structure for a long time. Now on the top, he's thinking of recubing, which would be a mistake. We've got to take for a long time with all these men to come round and the 5 point's still open. And you see, even though we're multi-screening, playing at a normal speed, we've got plenty of time. Well, I wouldn't say plenty, but we're not under time pressure, particularly. He's still thinking on the top. Decides not to cube. I think that's the right decision. Pretty sure that's the right decision. We roll a joker. Oh, now what's happened on the right screen? He's left blots everywhere. Missed what he rolled. Anyway, we still don't have enough to cube. Not close. So the 5 is 5. And do we double hit, leaving the deuces and threes? And it's huge if he misses. It's too big. I think we have to do this, button up. Now we want to bring the position home without leaving shots if possible. This does clear the mid and comes down, but leaves a 4-6. I don't think there's a need to do it. We can just come quietly in. And we could do this leaving no shots, or this coming in leaving a 3-6, 4-5, double 3. It's probably too much. We can play that. Okay. Now on the left, we could do something like this. It only needs 4, 2, 4, 3 to go for the gammon, or we could just sort of play something like this, leaving no shots. We may win a gammon anyway. Don't really like burning the checkers to the 1 and 2 and leaving shots. Double 4 hits as well. Okay, let's leave no shots and make the passive play here. Now on the right side, do we have enough to cube? He's asking me to play faster. We've got the clock. I don't need to play faster. That's what the clock's there for. Do we have a double? I'm going to hold off one roll. Okay, we're going to ship it to 4. Give him the problem. He takes. I think that was the right take. It may not have even been a double, but I like to give sort of pressure doubles where opponents can make mistakes. This isn't the greatest roll in the world. I think I'm going to play this. It looks a bit big, but we don't hit anything. We make the outside prime and hope he doesn't roll a 5. I think my double on the right was probably a blunder, especially playing a weaker player. I don't want the cube to get too high in a 5-point match. And now I came in, but I'm sort of regretting having doubled. Usually you want to keep the cube down. Some of your winning positions, you win gammons, you go 4-0 up to 5 anyway. Pretty cool game on the right, lots of jokers from both sides. Now, on the right side, we got, well, I was going to say we have a very nice position with an anchor and an attacking, but he just hit us to escape. And we roll another joker back. 2. 1, 2. Now we've got 2 more 4s to play. If we do this, it keeps it sort of prime. We could do this. It's tricky. Or even come out like this. Very difficult. Really not sure, but we're under a bit of time pressure too. Okay, I'm going to go for this. At least keeps the anchor. I'm really not sure. Now on the right, I probably missed. Oh, we doubled already. Okay, so we do this, spreading our checkers for total outfield control. This shot doesn't do a lot. Not sure what to play here. Actually down in the race, we need contact. Can't see the best way to do it. No idea what to play on the left. 6. I don't know. I'm not sure. This doesn't look right, but I really can't see the play, to be honest. Some tricky plays here. And on the right side, we don't want to get hit back. We can't really hit loose. Can't make a point. So what keeps the most outfield control whilst not leaving too many shots? I don't know. We'll go for this. Oh, I'm really under time pressure on the left, so I'm going to have to play almost instantaneously now. Just gut instinct. On both sides, I'm under a little time pressure. So we're going to go with gut instinct for most moves. I'm going to have to talk a little bit less just to finish these matches off. I've often found playing these 2 screens, when you're under time pressure, just make the pure plays, put the checkers where you want them. Wow, what a shot this is. It's a joker, incredible joker. So what's the score? I'm 2-0 up to 5. Let's redouble this. So now we're 4-0 up to 5. 1 away, 5 away. 85% match winning chances. The right hand side is not going as well. So it looks like we're going to get gammon and lose this match on the right. We don't really care about getting gammon on the left. We have to play to win. Okay. Oh, it's 5-1. I don't know why I saw a double one on the right. I think it's a bit silly. So we got Gammon on the right. We lost the match. Let's see what the error rate is. I don't think I played particularly well, that's for sure. 8.29 is pretty awful, but I was under time pressure. But because my opponent played even worse at a 13, we didn't lose any rating points at least. So now let's just finish this match off and try and concentrate. What's happened here? 5-2. Can make the ace. I think we just want to escape here. There's no gammons at Crawford. Okay, we leave 1625. Whoops! We're in great shape. If he misses smooth, I think it was worth it, but I'm not sure. We can have a look later. I could have made a safer play, not really leaving any shots. But I thought this was so flexible and so nice when we missed. It was worth it. 4 out of 36, 1 in 9 times, less than 10%. Usually make the pure plays. And I've got to play, again, instantaneously. Under time pressure. Okay, we're going to lose a single game here, and we'll be 4-1 up. It's a 5. He's going to double the first roll of the next game, whatever happens. And we're in a free pass situation because we'll be on an odd number. We can go to an even number. We still have to win the same number of games. So if we don't win the opening roll, okay, we have. So he's going to double and we take. Now, obviously, we don't want to get gammoned here because we lose the match. If we lose a single game, he'll double next go to put the match on the line. It'll be 4-3. So it's not a gammonish position now. We've just got to treat it like a double match point. If he hits us, look at the blots everywhere. He probably shouldn't hit here. Just build the board where he did. It's gone for broke. And I could hit on the 11 or the 4. I think the 4, we don't want him anchoring up there. We're not scared of his board. He's got blots everywhere now. It should be good night Charlie time for him. He's got an ace point game with not much timing. Now we'd love to hit him on the deuce so he doesn't anchor there. Unfortunately, we missed. Ooh, I've got to play quicker. Got 2 seconds left. Playing with everything to stop him making this deuce point anchor, which we've done. Not even sure you're supposed to hit all the checkers now because there's no gammons here, but at least he can't come in quickly and build the board if we hit the checkers. We want to get as many off by the time we leave a shot before he's, if we leave a shot, we want to have as many off as possible. So we don't mind getting hit. So that leaves a gap and an odd number at the back. It's a bit awkward, but it gets 4 checkers off. We have to leave the shot straight away. All these moves are forced. They're played automatically by Galaxy for me when it's a forced move. Okay, he hits a last minute. Oh, 2-1, and he's got the other checker. Pretty incredible scenario. Anyway, it makes for a good vlog. The last could be interesting, how he tries to contain me now, and I'm squeezed off with any sixes like that. I've actually forgotten the odds if I have two men closed out. I mean, I know it's a tape with two men on the ace and two men closed out, so I know we've got at least 25% chances. I'm not sure the exact odds. Something I'll look up later, probably. Worth knowing. Now, this is actually good for me that I haven't been closed out. I've got the ace point anchor. He never managed to close me out or squeeze me off because he rolled a double six, which was super fast. Now it's going to be crucial for him to pick up the second check, and I think after that roll he can't. So now I've gone big favourite again, with 11 men off and 1 man on the bar and 1 man in my outer board. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8 crossovers to win. And he's got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, quite a few more. Just need to... His prime holds. Double one he rolled. It hit me again last minute. Oh, gin, double six. So that was a fun game. Now I've got to see he was a 2400 player. If I outplayed him on the PR, I'm not sure I had to play so many moves so quickly. Playing two screens, it's pretty tough. Let's have a look. So I did just about. So I played master level 4.14, which is probably about my long-term average, around 4. So I pick up 11 points. So over the two matches, my ranking went up from 2160 to 2171 because I outplayed my opponent on both, but lost the first match, won the second. I didn't play great, 8 on one and 4 on the other, but playing two screens at once, that's going to happen. So now, instead of going over those matches, maybe I'll have a look at some blunders and the next vlog from there, go over them. I thought I'd go over this match here that I played. I was playing I think I was playing 3 screens simultaneously when this match happened. And if we look, I downloaded the file from Galaxy, imported it into XG, which gives you a slightly more thorough, comprehensive analysis. And I played pretty awfully at casual player at 17.97, so 18 ranking. I called this file Blunderbus. So in a match to, I think it was a match to 5. I managed to make 6 errors, 5 of which was blunders, and two cube errors, 1 of which was a blunder. So let's go through them and see if there's anything interesting. So I can just click on this button here and it will take me from error to error. So the first one, we had a 5-3 to play. Our home board's on the bottom right. And the right play is to hit from 13 to 5. I made a pretty horrible play. What did I do? 8-3-6-3. So I played safe. I can show you like this. This move here, piling them up on the 3-point instead of hitting purely here. Now my thinking was, I don't even know if you want to hear my thinking because it was so horrible. My thinking was the race is level 127 pips all. We rolled a 5-3, so we're 8 pips ahead, and he has a stronger board. So I just wanted to play behind him and hope to roll a double later, not have contact, not leave shots, because he's got the better board and I'm winning the race. But it's just too ugly. It's better to play purely, even leaving 2 blots against the stronger board, because it's so hard to bring this position home otherwise. And he has a blot to shoot at, even though he has a 3-point board. If I get hit, I can come back and hit. So this was just too ugly and inflexible for later. He can hang back on the 20, coast his way in from the midpoint, and I'm going to have to leave more shots later on. So this was a 0.238. It's almost a quarter of a point in terms of if it was a dollar game equity I've given away. Anyway, let's move on to the next one. So here I got doubled, and I passed, and it was a very easy take, 0.115. It was a blunder. It was 0-0 to 5. I don't think there's any match score stuff going on here. Now, what I did was I looked at the race, 65.74. It's 9 pips on 65, which is a 15% advantage for black, and 15% race lead in a race kind of this length, around say 50 to 80 pips is usually a pass. And also he has 4 short crossovers to my 4 long ones to get home, 2 into the outer board and 2 in. But what I missed pretty clearly is this huge gap on the 5 and 4. And maybe I just looked at the race and passed just off the number 65 to 74 instead of actually looking at the position. And these gaps are huge because he's going to waste pips when he comes in with those gaps. Every time he rolls on a 5 and a 4, he might have to play from the 6 to the 1 and later waste pips. So it's looking at the position rather than just the race, like where the checkers are distributed and his wastage. I mean, I have a little bit of wastage too with 3 on the ace. It's not so much about wastage, but it's the fact that these gaps make it a take. If there weren't these gaps and it was the same pip count, I'm pretty sure it'd be a pass. So moving on to the next one. Here was a 5-3. The score in the match is he's 1-0 up to 5. And I played just coming straight in from the midpoint to the 5 point. And the right play was to just make the point behind him like that. And the reason, I think, I wanted to keep all the checkers in front of him rather than play behind, so I'd have more builders, 1 on the 5, 1 on the 6, 1 on the 8, after just coming in naturally to the 5 point. But I think the point is you want to make the point straight away, and that puts pressure on this blot and the other blot out there to do something. We just have a 3-point board instantly rather than a 2-point board, and it's just a huge difference. So it was pretty bad not to make the inner board point. The next one, this was quite interesting. 6-4. I really wasn't sure what to play. This wasn't a question of time pressure. So the pip count, I'm 8 behind. I rolled a 6-4, and I have 3 choices. I can run all the way from the back, 24-14. But, you know, we're not even winning the race, and that leaves him direct 2s plus 3, 4, 5 to actually hits already. So direct 2s plus 6-1 and 6-4 and double 5. It's way too many shots, so we can't just come out and play passively. So the choices were between making my bar and hitting loose on the 4. And I went for this play, making the bar, thinking if he doesn't roll a 5 or a 6 next time, or safety this man even, he's under real pressure because I've got a nice structure in front of him. But the right play was hitting. And I think it's because the race is close. We don't just want to give him 5s and 6s to escape. And we don't mind about leaving the blot because he hasn't got a point in board other than the 6 point he started with. So it's so important to look at the opponent's board and think the downside of getting hit isn't so bad here. And the upside, if he doesn't hit back with 4s, 3-1, double 2, double 1, 1-6, 2-5, 3-4, if he comes just back in on the ace or deuce, we have a fan seeing rolls double 5, double 6, 6-5. It's just so huge for me. Probably have a double. So you make the aggressive play because you're not scared of his board. So something that all beginners, most intermediates, and certainly myself, I call myself an expert, make these errors because you're focusing on your side of the board too much, not the opponent's side. So I wouldn't have done that if I really stopped and spent a bit longer thinking about what's going on the other side of the board. Now this was just an oversight. Actually, this is a really instructive position. This is double take because even though the race is close and there's quite a long way to go in this game, only good things can really happen for you here. You can point on him or roll some kind of double or escape and not get hit. And the worst case, you just roll an average number and, I don't know, make a point behind him or step out, and you're still going to be a favorite in the game or very close. So whenever you've got lots of upside and not much downside on a roll, the volatility favors you, and this is a cube. I actually have a tendency in general to cube too early rather than too late, so I'm pretty surprised I missed this. I don't think I'd ever miss this if we were playing on normal time constraints. But the interesting thing actually is that I doubled the next roll when he didn't escape. I escaped, he didn't escape after making this play. And now I thought to myself, the race is level, and we have only good things that can happen. 2-1, 4-2, double 1, double 2, double 3, double 4. And worst case, I sort of safety this man, and I've got a small race lead, and he's still got to escape. So I'm really surprised this one was just a very small error not to double, but the last one was a huge double. I guess we lost a few pips in the race, but if someone on YouTube would explain this to me in the comments, I'm quite curious why the last one was a bigger double. Maybe because he's only got a 1-point board here, whereas the next time he's got a 3-point board actually. So we can't really just hit loose and stuff so easily. But still, that was a huge double, and this is a small no double, small error, and I got it the wrong way around. On to the next. 4-1. What did I play? Sorry, let's start from the beginning. So this is the position with a 4-1 to play. So I came in on the 21 and played the 1 up. I thought to myself, he's made the 5-point. I don't want to get primed. I need to come in high on the 21, not just have 2 stuck back on the 24 and the 9. But I think this is actually, I know this position. He's got so many checkers stacked on the 6, although he's got the 5-point. He's not really in the best position to prime, and these checkers need to unleash. So when I step up, I just get attacked. He's ahead in the race, and he's got all these checkers wanting to go there and attack me in this inner board. So it's much better just to come in on the 24, have an anchor so I can't get blitzed or attacked, and bring the checker naturally down from 13 to 9, and concentrate on my side of the board, having a nice structure here with 3 builders to hit. It's only 6-2, 3-5. 3-5 is good for him on that side of the board anyway, it's duplicated. Double 4, double 2 is super good for him on the other side of the board anyway. So you're only really leaving a 6-2 shot, and you're well placed. Whatever he rolls, he's quite stiff. He can't do anything that spectacular. Just play a more solid play. This was just the wrong idea. It's a bad one to get wrong. Moving on, double 1. Let's go to the start. So we have to enter with 1, and we've got 3 threes to play. Obviously, we're going to make the 5-point. So we come in, make the 5-point, and we got 1 last move. I played like this, 23 to 22, leaving the backmen split, and the right play is to make the deuce point anchor. Now my thinking was, if I make this deuce point anchor, I prime myself because I can only escape with 5s. Whereas this play, I'm much more flexible. I can escape with 6s and 4s and maybe roll a deuce next time to make the anchor on the edge of the prime. But I think the point is, he's got a 3-point board versus our 2-point board only. And by doing this, you're giving him good 3s and 5s to attack with, which aren't particularly, 5s certainly aren't good for him on this to escape. And we just don't want to be hit. So it's better to just anchor up, button up. It freezes this checker on the 17-point as well. He can't with 6-1 if he makes the bar, or 5-3 makes the 3-point. He'll leave a block. We can hit him with the 6. And now that we have the anchor, we can concentrate on our side of the board and making our nice counter prime against him. So this was pretty bad. This was something, I think if I had a lot of time, I would have got it right. But it's funny, when you play quickly, because you're playing 2-3, I think I was playing 3 screens at once, your fundamental understanding is shown up. When you don't make that move instantly, is a lack of understanding when you really have to think through something instead of it just being natural. It shows weaknesses in your game. So a couple of times this game I've had difficulties which point to anchor up, whether to split in this position. So here, what did I do? Sorry, let's go to the initial. This is the position, 6-2. So we hit with the 6, and we've got a 2 to play, and I just lifted it up like this, just playing into the 5-point when the right play is to leave the bar slotted and make the anchor. And it's pretty obvious why now. If you do this, you think it looks safe, but he can come back in and hit with all the entry numbers and then 2s, 3s, 5s to attack us on that with a stronger board. Whereas here, yes, it leaves 1, 6, 2, 5, 3, 4, 2, 6, 3, 6, 4, 6. But you've got the anchor forever on the 22 point. So even if he hits you, he's not going to be close to a cube. You've got his 3 point, and you're in beautiful shape when he misses, say, or he just comes in on the 1. You can make the bars with 6-1 or use it as a builder to make interval points. So this was another really horrible blunder. And this looks safe, but this is actually, although it's pure and leaves many more shots, on the outside it's much safer. This was a horrible one to get wrong. That anchor gives you, especially at the score where he's 5-3 up, you don't really want to get gammoned for match. Actually, that doesn't really have much to do with it, because if you're 1 away, 5 away, you're pretty dead anyway. This was just a bad play. Moving on, this was a double pass. Okay, so this was a match score thing. Obviously, for money, it's double pass, but I got cubed here, and I'm 3-5 down to 3-0 down, 0-3 to 5. So my thinking was, if I lose this game, he's 4-0 up to 5, 1 away, 5 away, which is 50, 70, 75, 83%. So 85%, sorry, 85% I think match winning chances. So if I pass, I've only got 15% to win the match. Whereas if I take the 2 cube, I can recube to 4. And if I win that game, I go 1 away, 2 away for 70%. So I thought the risk reward, I just didn't want to be stuck with just 15%, and I thought he was stripped on the 8 and 6. Look what happens if he rolls 6-5, 6-4, 5-4 is a weakener, but there's no, I think 6-5 is the only double blotting number. 6-1, 6-4 leaves shots. I'm going to get shots later, but I've even got a blot on my home board, and I've just got no race being stuck 28. So I should have just swallowed my medicine and passed this and gone 4-0 down and hoped to win. So this wasn't a lack of understanding of the position. It was a match score thing. Anyway, I hope this was enjoyable. I enjoyed playing those 2 matches, even though I didn't play great. 8 and 4, it's kind of really fun multi-tabling, like I've often done over the years in poker. In backgammon, it's hard because unlike poker where you fold lots of hands, you have to play every move in backgammon and switch between match scores and screens. It's quite difficult, but I'm going to keep doing this. I may not vlog like this again because it might be a bit confusing, but until my ranking gets to about 24, 2600, and I start to come up against some really strong players where I need to really think to outplay them. Like in these matches, even though I didn't play well, I still outplayed my opponents. So I want to be playing 2-3 screens at once to try and get my rating up quicker, because I think the majority of the time I'm still going to outplay opponents rated 2300 or 1600 or whatever, whoever I find games against. Anyway, that's it for today. Leave some comments in the YouTube comment box below if you didn't understand anything, or I talked too quickly, or I made some mistakes. Please feel free to point them out. Hopefully see you again sometime, maybe next week. Bye.